Words of Elders, Part 11. Today's video is titled, Make Yourself Irreplaceable. If they can do without you, they will. Independence is admirable, but in the world of power, it can be a dangerous thing to give away, especially when it is your own value that keeps the door open. Never train others so well that they no longer need you. Never give away all your secrets, even when your intentions are pure. Once they learn to survive without your presence, they may choose to thrive in your absence. Have you ever noticed how some people rise in an organization only to be discarded shortly after their work bears fruit? It's not always betrayal. It's often poor strategy. They gave too much and left themselves with too little leverage. They taught everything they knew, handed over every connection, and revealed every method. And then came the surprise. No calls, no gratitude, just distance. Be wise. Don't give all of yourself away too quickly. The tree that bears all its fruit in one season is cut down to make room for another. Power often lies in controlled generosity. Give enough to be needed, but not so much that you're no longer necessary. Like the keeper of the well in a dry land, your influence flows not from how much water you give, but from the fact that others still need to come back to drink. Consider Joseph in Egypt. His wisdom saved a nation from famine, but notice his brilliance. He didn't just interpret dreams. He offered a plan that only he could execute. Pharaoh saw not just a wise man, but an irreplaceable one. Even in the sacred texts, we see how God granted Moses divine instructions, but did not reveal the full journey at once. Each step required returning to the source. Wisdom is not just knowing the destination, it's knowing how to manage the journey so others must return to you for direction. Remember this, if people begin to see you as replaceable, they'll begin to treat you as expendable. And the irony, it's usually because you taught them too well.
So here's the balance.
Share, but don't empty yourself. Teach, but keep a step ahead. Help, but don't hand over your essence. Be the kind of person they depend on, not just admire. Power is not maintained by being liked. It's preserved by being needed. To maintain your position and power, make others rely on you for their success, security, or survival. Once they feel they can do without you, you become disposable. If you forget this, they'll forget you too. Words of elders are words of wisdom. Learn from them. The words of the wise are words of life. Heed them. In the book 48 Laws of Power, Green echoes some examples. Yes, Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck, the brilliant statesman who unified Germany in the 19th century, kept himself indispensable by making sure all political factions, conservatives, liberals, and even the king, relied on him to hold the balance of power. He didn't allow anyone to feel secure enough to move on without him. His strategy of alliances and enemies kept him in a central role for decades. Lesson: by being the one holding the keys to peace and stability, he ensured no one could replace him. 2. The snake who saved the prince. A snake saves a prince from dying by offering an antidote to a poisoned wound. Grateful, the prince keeps the snake nearby, but the snake is careful never to give all of the antidote at once, just enough to keep the prince alive. Don't give everything you have to offer at once. Hold something back so they keep coming back. Lesson: the snake stays useful by not giving away its full gift. It keeps the prince dependent. 3. Louis XV and the astrologer. King Louis XV of France had a famous astrologer who was gaining too much influence at court. The king feared the man could predict his own death. To test him, Louis asked the astrologer when he would die. The astrologer cleverly answered, "I cannot tell, but I do know I shall die 3 days before your majesty." Lesson: this response made the king too afraid to harm him. The astrologer made his survival directly tied to the king's. Tie your fate to that of those in power. Make your downfall their downfall. 4. Galileo and the Medicis. Galileo dedicated his discovery of Jupiter's moons to the powerful Medici family and named the moons after them. He made his achievement theirs, ensuring they would continue to support and protect him. Lesson: attach your work and worth to powerful people so they see your success as a reflection of their own prestige. Someone who trains others to be just as good or better than themselves ends up being discarded. Once their students or subordinates no longer need them, they move on and often forget the one who helped them rise. Giving too much power or knowledge away can destroy your own relevance. Always retain some element of uniqueness that makes others unable to completely move on without you. Don't teach or give away everything you know. To create systems, alliances, or situations where people need you to function or survive. Never allow yourself to become easily replaceable. Being admired is not the same as being indispensable.